Lives of Masquerade, the very first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Halloween episode. I think it's episode 25.
Yeah. So it's like almost immediately after Tommy becomes a good guy.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're planning this Halloween party at the juice bar, and of course they're helping decorate. Like that's their thing. They're always helping decorate, and
They get Bulk and Skull to help decorate, and
and they don't want to be there
yeah,
or
and then
whatever.
they somehow manage to get paint on their heads from putting up some string.
Yeah, they like Rube Goldberg machine like a bucket on one of their
Yeah.
heads. And that was really funny. And I like Kimberly's line like, "Nice costumes. Like you guys put a lot of effort into that."
Mm-hmm.
And Skull for a second takes it as a compliment. She's not they're not even being sarcastic.
And they do have a whole montage of Halloween costumes that they try on.
Yeah, well, they're in like Bulk or Skull's room. I don't know which one.
Yeah.
I think Bulk maybe, and they have an impressive amount of like professional looking costumes at like just in their room, like in a trunk. It just looks like a normal teenager room you see in TV or movies, with like Chili's style stuff just up on the walls, random stuff on the walls.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was so funny how like they had like these like really good Peter Pan and Captain Hook costumes, like to the extent that like they perfectly fit either one. It's like Bulk and Skull, like even Bulk has like a wig for being
Yes.
Peter Pan,
Mm-hmm.
and they go through the effort of dressing up just for Skull or just for Bulk to be like, I'm not wearing these tights, and it's like, okay, I understand that you don't want to do that, but what I really want to know is why you had it in the first place,
Uh-huh.
and why was it tailored to your body? Like you wanted that costume at one point in your life, and I need to know what that story is. Like, did Bulk and Skull star in the Peter Pan like
Play.
theater? They play at,
The
like
Angel
at
Grove High play.
and then they have like like that classic like 2-part horse costume, but.
And then they do Skinny and Fat Elvis.
That was funny.
Yeah.
It's like Bulk does or Skull doesn't really want to say Fat Elvis, so he says like later Elvis. That was like a good gag, and I was excited to see them wear them at the party.
Yeah.
But that Bulk is like, nah, my back. I can't be gyrating like Elvis. Like I can't wear this costume because I obviously can't control myself and I'll hurt my back.
Yeah. So each ranger has their own costume, and I couldn't figure out. Okay, so Kimberly's a princess.
Yep. And it's a pink dress,
Uh-huh.
so it's like she's keeping with the color motif.
Mm-hmm. Billy is Sherlock Holmes.
And he's got like a blue ascot. And then like Trini is like a Native American, like Sacagawea or something. And it's a
Probably
little bit
Pocahontas or something.
Pocahontas. It's like a little bit yellow.
Yeah.
She has like an arrow quiver on her back.
Mm-hmm.
And
Zach
then
is a Egyptian.
King Tut, they call
Yeah.
him a couple times.
Yeah. And he's the whole episode he's trying to hit on Angela.
Yeah, is that like a girl that's like a reoccurring love interest
Yeah,
for him?
I didn't realize that. But yeah,
Yeah.
she's a reoccurring love interest. And Angela wants nothing to do with him in this episode.
She's like, go back to your tomb, King Tut.
But what is she dressed up? Isn't she also like a Egyptian something or no?
I don't know. I couldn't tell. She's sort of got like a gypsy or a pirate thing going on. It's sort of vague.
Yeah. Jason, I couldn't tell what he was though.
Well, you wanted to say Jason is Robin Hood, but he has a sword and not a bow and arrow. But he's dressed like Robin Hood otherwise.
Yeah.
I wonder if like they gave his quiver to Trini, because she had like a thing of arrows but no bow.
Oh.
So I was sort of thinking about that.
But he's also red though, right?
No, he's wearing green and brown. So like that's what I was going to say. What really bugged me about Jason's costume of any of them is that he didn't have any red in his outfit. Like I wanted Jason to be wearing like some of the others. I thought that they were going to keep the theme going, but he kind of stood out in that way, where I don't think he had any red in his outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they go to this party that's being held by the juice bar. The other plot is Rita sends a Frankenstein monster to destroy the Rangers, and what's his name? Who's making all the putties?
Finster.
Yeah, Finster's
Yeah,
making some super putties.
the super putties, which we don't even see in the episode, but
Yeah.
that might come later.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I was really impressed with like obviously the cultural reach of Frankenstein is so big. Rita's like, yeah, I want a Frankenstein. Like Rita's like, I love Frankenstein.
So he comes, he crashes the party a bit.
And then,
He
yeah,
dances with a girl, and he's like trying to attack her, and she's like, "Cool moves."
I know that was really annoying because it's obviously not dancing.
Yeah.
Like it looks like he's trying to hit her, but she's just like, "Oh right, yeah." Like, "Oh, this is the part of the dance where I duck. Got it. Ducking, normal part of dancing. Like, I got this." And she's like Bride of Frankenstein or whatever, so she wants to dance with him. But then we got to talk about Alpha showing up to the
Oh
party.
yeah, he's a ladies' man.
That was so weird. Like I was like, Alpha shows up to the party, and all these girls are like, "Oh my god, I love your voice. Like, I love your costume." And I'm like, "What the heck is Alpha? Like, what's he doing? That's like freaking like pulling all this tail at this party. Like these girls are just obsessed with him." I mean, arguably, it's a great costume, and
Hmm.
like spoiler at the end of the episode, he wins the costume contest because it's like, yeah, he looked the best. Like he looked the coolest. But it's just funny to imagine that, like in the wholesome world of Power Rangers, having the coolest costume at the party also means you get the most chicks. Um,
Yeah, and Ernie gives him the award. He goes, and the first place goes to whoever the heck you are.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're this mystery guy is, and then like he's like, "This will have to remain a mystery, ladies," and like runs away. Uh, but the funniest part about that is that when he shows up, Billy is like Alpha, what are you doing here? And he's like, I thought this would be the perfect time for me to hang out with you guys. And then he's like, you're right. Well, yeah, like, so and so, like that is like a good costume. But then he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, so it's like, why did Alpha think it was the best day to come if he didn't even have a concept for Halloween? Like, because like the joke is that like Alpha knows what Halloween is, so he's at the party, but then he quickly reveals he doesn't know what Halloween is. So I thought that was so funny because like if it had been, it kind of makes you think that Alpha was like, this is the time I've decided to hang out with them, and it was just coincidentally on Halloween. And that, like, if it had been any other day, a robot would have been at the juice bar, and they would have been like, what are we supposed to do?
But
But,
then,
yeah.
so Frankenstein
Yeah.
attacks Bulk and Skull, and they hit him with like a little dart gun.
Yeah, like it looks like a fighter jet.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like Bulk and Skull come off like the punks in Terminator. They're like, it's just a joke, man.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. They do. That scene kind of played like that. Like, yeah, like hands off the threads, and then they get thrown or whatever. They get kind of beat up.
Yeah, and then
Um,
and then Billy follows Frankenstein back to the cave,
yeah,
and
yeah,
Frankenstein attacks him,
yeah.
and
That was a cool fight.
that was a great fight. But did you
Yeah,
notice Billy goes, "It's time for transmutation
yeah, yeah, yeah.
morphination."
He doesn't say it's morphin time. He says
Yeah,
like the nerdy version of
yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah. It's time to morph transmutation or whatever he
it,
says.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But then
Uh,
he fights as a Blue Ranger solo fight, and I was like, this is cool.
yeah, a rare like Billy solo fight. That
Yeah,
was cool. I like that.
yeah.
They did a good job with the Sentai footage in that episode. I thought they utilized it really well.
Hmm.
And I especially like Billy as Sherlock Holmes playing detective, and then
Hmm.
like that kind of played in why he was alone in the cave.
Zordon calls them, and they're like, hey, Billy needs your help or whatever. And they're
Yeah,
like, where's Tommy? They're like, oh, we just got to go without him. They're like, all right.
yeah. It's like we can't find him.
We were
And then
doing
they
this,
fight.
fine a week ago by ourselves, but, what?
Yeah, like you can kind of hear the almost like the excitement in Jason's voice. Like, let's just go. Like, we don't need Tommy. um, and I like that fight they had with Frankenstein on the roof was cool.
Yeah, I thought all of the footage that they had of them fighting Frankenstein was awesome. Even
yeah,
I'm not the biggest like Megazord fight person, but this one was so interesting because he was winning the entire time. Like the Megazord was like at one time falls on a building. They kick the Megazord when it's down.
dude, and he was spinning the Dragon Zord around by its tail.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah,
I thought that fight scene was so great. And
yeah, that
then
was cool.
yeah, and then do you remember how they defeat Frankenstein?
No. How did they do it? I don't remember.
They get into like Dragon Megazord mode,
Yeah.
and then they just stab them with their tail sword thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then what does Tommy say? He had a great line. He had a great pun about getting. I don't remember what he said, but he has some line. It's like God, I can't remember what he said, but it was like that's what I call like a hit in the gut or something.
Yeah.
Um,
And then they show Frankenstein, and he just has this massive hole in
yeah,
his
yeah,
stomach,
yeah.
and he blows up. And I was like,
Well,
whoa! Like
that was violent. Yeah.
it caught me off guard. Usually they like slice him, and then he just blows up. But there was like stab.
Impale you like straight like yeah, like that was pretty hardcore. You're kind of like, why don't you use your tail to, or it's a spear. They have the spear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, why don't you freaking like just go for the killing blow more often?
At the end of the episode, Tommy, they was like, "Where's Tommy?" Which is a theme in this episode. And Tommy shows up as Frankenstein, and they're like, "Whoa!" They get scared for a second, but Tommy's like, "What do you guys think of my costume?"
He's like that Frankenstein fight gave me some ideas for a couple finishing details. Like, so he was already planning to be Frankenstein, and then he fought Frankenstein and was like, "Oh, I really like how that guy did it, and I'm going to copy that a little bit,"
Yeah.
Which is because it's like, when did he go to CVS to finish getting what he needed? Like, he's like, "Oh, I need to," because he had the duffel bag when he fought the putties in front of the juice bar, and yeah, that was. I thought that was funny, but I also just kind of felt like at that point, like, Tommy, like, don't bring this Frankenstein costume in, But of course, he immediately takes the head off, and it's, he reveals. But then Kimberly says, "You look good in gray," so it's not even green.
Yeah, my thought was, are they going to think Tommy was the one who was attacking this girl earlier?
Oh, everyone at the party is going to be like, "Tommy, you were being a jerk earlier." Yeah, that's a great point. Well, maybe people will be like, "Oh, you were just really committed. Like you were really in character."
Yeah. Hey guys, this is Doug and Mac from the Morphin podcast. If you like this video, give us a like.
Yeah, appreciate the watch. If you want to check us out, you can also follow us on Instagram. We're posting our podcast on Spotify. The attention, if you like us, just give us a follow. And if you ever want to contact us, shoot us an email or comment in the comments down below. Let us know if you'd like us to review anything specific.
And don't forget, guys, it's not less phenomenal; it's more phenomenal. That was good. All right, I'll make that work.